Greetings, YouTubers, and welcome to my video response for Scott at Reindeer Studios. Right now, Scott is having a contest to show your best art cards, best sport art cards, or best art cards for a team lineup. And he's holding a great contest, so if you can make a video, make one. You still got till, I think, the 24th. But Scott's doing a great job at Reindeer Studios. Got a great channel, so if you haven't subbed him, sub him. Check him out. You know, you'll be happy. He does great drawings, great TTMs. He's a great guy with a great channel. All right, so let's start out with my team. Who am I going to put on this team? Well, I got to start with an owner, and here's the owner. That's right, Richard Nixon. Got to make him the owner there. He's even got a glove with a ball on it. A glove with a ball he's throwing out. So that's great. He's our owner. We'll leave Richard there. Now we got to have a general manager. All right, we'll go with this guy. He's silent, but he's good. Does a good job, and that's Calvin Coolidge. Silent Cal. All right, now who's going to be our manager? Got to have a great manager. This guy should be in the Hall of Fame as a manager, as far as I'm concerned, and that's Mr. Billy Martin. Yes, Billy the Kid should be he's a Hall of Fame manager in my book. Won every place he went. Now you got to have coaches. All right, so we got a coach. We got this guy, Mr. Connie Mack, former owner and manager of the Philadelphia Athletics for about 4 million years, it seemed. Last guy to wear a suit in the dugout. I'm not a big fan of managers wearing uniforms anyway. I think they should wear maybe, I don't know, something different, but a little against the uniform. Some of them just don't look like they belong in it. But here's a guy who wore a nice suit, and we'll put him right there. How about our other coaches? Well, this guy, former Giants manager, John McGraw. We're talking New York, not the football team. You can see he's got his finger up. I don't know if he's pointed at someone or whatever, but he's another coach. Got a lot of coaches on this team. Here's a great coach. Guy should be in the Hall of Fame just as a player. That's Mr. Gil Hodges. Yes. Mr. Gil, native of Indiana. Great player. Great manager. World Series with the Mets. And here's our other coaches. Got to have some toughness. So we got this guy, Mr. Apollo Creed. Saying, get tough, guys. Get tough. All right. Apollo's out of the picture, though. And yes, we got a real tough coach here. Mr. James Clubber Lang. What's your prediction? Prediction? Pain. Yep. And Clubber teach those guys not to fool around. And, of course, the toughest coach of them all, the greatest, Muhammad Ali. Got to have him in there. Yep. So those are our other coaches, bench guys. Now, who's going to play for us? Well, who is going to play for us? That's a good question. Behind the plate, there's one of our catchers, Mr. Thurman Munson. Great catcher. Should be in the Hall of Fame. This guy coming up, our starter, is in the Hall of Fame, and that's Mr. Yogi Berra. All right, so those are our catchers. First base, got to have a great here. Hall of Famer from the Detroit Tigers, a native of the Bronx, New York. Not too far from where my grandparents grew up. And that's Mr. Hank Greenberg. And another great New Yorker, our starter at first base. This guy, the Iron Horse, Mr. Lou Gehrig. Yes, great player. Won't miss a game, so Hank might not get a lot of time. Now, this next guy didn't play second base, but I have too many shortstops, so he's got to play second base. Got a great glove anyway. Hall of Famer, Mr. Honus Wagner. Yep, put the Dutchman over there. And the other second baseman, he's a Hall of Famer for being an announcer, but I like him. Former veteran of the U.S. Marine Corps, that's Mr. Jerry Coleman. Served with Ted Williams. And here's our shortstops. This guy, the Scooter, Phil Rizzuto. Yeah, he's one of our shortstops, but our starter is this gentleman. New Yorker, yes. Well, he's from Kentucky, but he played in New York. And that's Mr. Harold Pee Wee Reese, Hall of Famer for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Third base, we got a guy from the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's a little piece of pie, Harold Pie Trainer. Going to be starting at he'll be starting at third. And we got his backup, great Indian, Mr. Al Rosen. Now we got to have an outfield, of course. Who are we going to put in the outfield? Well, we're going to put a couple guys out there here and there. And this guy should be in the Hall of Fame. Yes, he messed up badly, and he paid the price for it. Shoeless Joe Jackson. This one has him on the Cleveland team. That's before he got in trouble with the White Sox. So, but he should be in. His ban was for a lifetime. His lifetime's over. Put him in the Hall of Fame. You know, America's about giving second chances, but apparently baseball isn't. So he should be in there. And also in the outfield, we got another great hitter. Yes, the Kid, the original Kid. Before it was Gary Carter and before it was Ken Griffey Jr. That's Ted Williams. Teddy Ballgame, whatever you want to call him. Here he is sliding in there. I like that card. He's sliding in. Getting dirty. Here, how about the other outfielders? This guy, the Clipper, Joe DiMaggio. Looks happy in that card. And this gentleman also starting for us. Yeah, he should be in a Cleveland uniform, but I could only get him in a White Sox one right now, and that's Mr. Larry Doby, great player, Hall of Famer. And here's two other great outfielders. This guy, well, yeah, the Sultan of SWAT, the Bambino, Babe Ruth. Gotta have him. And of course, can't go without one of my all-time favorites, Mickey Mantle, one and only. And now our pitchers. We got 7 pitchers and a reliever. Who are the 7? Got a guy with a great arm, Mr. Carl Hubble. A little foot action there. He's torn up, but I think he'll live, at least on the card. And we need a big train. Yes, we need a train. I have a fastball right down the middle there, Mr. Walter Johnson of the Washington Senators. Another Hall of Famer we got, Mr. Warren Spahn. Great pitcher. Pitched for a long time. And then we got one of the great ones of the Yankees. That's Mr. Whitey Ford. A lot of lefties here. This guy I put on because he's a great TTMer. So that's Mr. Bobby Shantz. The old Kansas City uniform. Will they move the Athletics? I don't know. Sad if they do, but this team's moved twice already, from Philadelphia to Kansas City to Oakland, so I don't think they have too much loyalty. And here, we got Mr. Carl Erskine. I put him on because he's a great TTMer as well. Deserves it. And then, Mr. Don Newcomb. Super pitcher also. And finally, who's going to be in the bullpen? Well, one of those guys could be, but here's the closer. Got to have a little blue. Vita Blue. Throw him in there. Just that uniform alone should get him on the team. So that's the team I have. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe. God bless.